composers. We're going to do a simple still life today. Super easy. Hit that like button, subscribe. With your mini pumpkin drawn on a piece of paper, we are going to start wet on dry. I'm picking up our yellow mixture. We're basically just filling in all the little segments of the pumpkin. You always want to follow the shape of the pumpkin when you're painting. Our second layer is also wet on dry. And with our orange mixture, kind of following the edges of the pumpkin where the creases are, and blending in the middle gives you this three-dimensional look. So once I outline the segments, I'm just taking a damp brush to blend it towards the middle. This gives the pumpkin a lot of dimension. And after we're done all the segments with the orange, again, we're gonna let the pumpkin dry. Now I'm coming in with my third layer. I'm using a very, very bright orange. I'm wetting the segments first with ISO Yellow Deep, which is a very nice deep yellow, and then I'm coming in with that bright orange in the creases. This really makes the pumpkin pop. The more layers we build, the more vibrant results that you'll get. Just keep working around the pumpkin and building up your layers like this. Blending in towards the middle. So now the pumpkin is still wet and I'm splattering a little bit of water for texture. Once the paper is dry, we're going to add in the details. Just kind of outlining with the tip of my brush to emphasize the creases in this pumpkin. It gives it a little bit more dimension, and then there's working from still life, there's all these little imperfections and some spots on it that I'm trying to mimic. Now going for the stem, I got yellow ochre as the base. I'm using some sap green, neutral tint, just kind of a very grayed out green, adding dimension to that stem. So the bottom's going to be in the shadow, so the underside of the stem, of course, is going to be darker. And I'm just building up those colors. Painting little tendrils with a detail brush. Now I'm wetting the shadow area so that I could drop in a gray color for the shadow. You could use neutral tint or watered down black, or mixing red and green together because their contrasting colors will give you a nice shadow mix. If you add a touch more of the red, you'll get some casts of a more warmer shadow color. Making the shadow darker. Going over the shadow again just to make the whole thing darker. I am going over with some very, very deep shadow color here, and it's making the pumpkin really pop. Now that the whole picture is dry, I am just taking a brush and lifting off color. That's it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'll see you next week.